Hello, Zorlax21 here. Today we're going to talk about the Compass of Celestial Direction, Volume 3, Yu-Shan. This is actually a very interesting book. You get your typical White Wolf introduction, a very small lexicon, and a page to a page and a half of all the different gods they talk about in this book, what page number they're on in the Book of Sorcery, Volume 4, World of Celestial Divinity, Volume 1. It gives you what gods they talk about in this book, the entire page number of what they are on in Book of Sorcery Volume 4. Your typical introduction, I already went through that. Chapter 1 goes in the history of Yu-Shan, from when the primordials had it, to basically when the gods rebelled, and the exaltation to when the gods took it over, to the massive plague, to the present day, of when the empress disappeared. It's pretty awesome. You get a really detailed and well-written out history going over how that all happened. Chapter 2, Life in the Celestial City, going how life works, from the smaller gods, the different branches, basically how general life on the Celestial City works. Pretty interesting detail there. Chapter 3, The Celestial Government. This is another thing. It's explaining how the different branches of the different governments, from the elemental courts to the celestial courts, to get, if you wanted to go play in the game, the celestial games, which is a little bit different, and explains kind of how the sidereals effed it up when they did the unsurpassing. It goes into some pretty detailed information on that, and actually I had to say, very interesting information. I wasn't really happy with the Manual of Exalted Powers of Sidereals. I found 7 pages I found very interesting. After that, I was like, yeah, this is much more interesting than that. A lot of people will find very interesting and awesome setting material in here. This is a setting book. Chapter 4, The Celestial City, which is broken down into its awesome epicness, with what you'll expect to find over here, left, right, up and down, in the sewer, if there is a sewer, what's going on, all the effing cool stuff you'll find. And the final chapter, which is Chapter 5, The Role of Celestial Gods. Very, very good, going from the different branches again, but going more into in-depth detail on how the different branches from the Elemental Court affect the weather, to how Fire Court could do this, to Celestial Maidens, to how Sidereals interact with the different gods, and where their power lies interacting with the Sidereals and the gods, and how the Bronze faction and the Gold faction work. A little bit work on how they work with the gods and how they work against the gods and their own practice. And yeah, it's only broken down into 5 chapters. It's 160 pages, so you get a lot more information, which I'm actually glad about, because the last The Wild was kind of broken down into the different directions, and just things I didn't find. It was interesting, but not as interesting as this. I didn't expect this to be as good as it was. It was really, really effing good for 160 pages. 5 chapters, softback, beautiful artwork. Another thing about this book is the artwork is really, really well, so is the comic strips. It's another book that I just found amazing artwork in, and it works. It isn't just a bunch of randomness, which we'll get into that book when I get them in the mail, the rest of them. Had the PDFs for a while, now with books, blah blah blah. Anyways, thank you for the review. Please rate and comment below. I should have the Underworld up. It's going to be a weird review because it's hard to. I don't want to spoil the awesomeness and epicness of that book. But I should have it up by the end of this week. I'm going to try. And please rate and comment below. Bye.